Welcome back. I'm gonna show you how I do my reaction videos using my phone and using my computer. I do have two screens here. I will show you in a second. Actually, let me activate this phone as well so I can get a lot more views on this. And I am shooting in 4K on this and on this phone as well. So I guess I'm just going to start this and I'll just use it when I have it. So actually, let me get this view right here. So I have this one and this one over here, and I have the Zoom H6, I have the mic here, keyboard, all this stuff like that. So I'm going to show you, I guess, step by step what is up right now. So, and again, here's all of it, right? So now we're seeing the one that's on the actual tripod, and it's cool because I don't know if you can see this on here. If you have an iPhone and an iPhone or like an iWatch or whatever, you have the option to press record on your watch and actually see it. All right, so here's kind of what's happening. Let me bring this over real quick and I'm going to show you exactly what is happening. So if you guys look right here, I am in OBS Studio. Here's how I have it set up, what it's doing. All it's doing is recording this screen, as in, let me pull this off. Let me pull it like right here. So all it's doing is recording this screen right here. So all I have is, again, this screen in the sources, right? And then the computer audio that's going to come from the actual thing I'm watching. It's the exact same thing with a phone. All you would do is screen record what's on the phone. And how I sync it, right? I will actually activate. So if you guys look here, I'm going to activate this cam up here. So now I'm going to hop over to this. So I do have this as a speaker in as well. If you guys look over here again. So I do have it as a speaker in on the microphone. And if you guys look, as in a video capture device, but I'm just going to use the phone right now, right here, so I could do a lot more with it. So up top here, we have the actual mic here. I only use this to sync it. I will, I guess, show you that in a bit. So let me take this off, right? And that's how it actually sounds. And again, let me pull over here to the Zoom. So this is a separate file, and I'm going to show you what I do with this and why I use this. You guys, you have so much more options if you use something of the sort. It's a bit more expensive, but if you want good clean audio, and then the computer audio, you guys, I have these hooked up into my headphones. And again, I'm wearing headphones, all because I don't want what is coming out from the computer to pick up in the mic. If you just do it off of the phone and you're speaking into it, cool, but you don't have the option to increase you compared to the actual what's playing. If you can do it this way, you don't have to go super expensive. You can have a lav into your phone, or all this kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you how I actually record, because I just did a few of them, and I'm going to show you a few I guess tips, right? So you guys always have a list, right? So let me pull over this little list I have right here. So this is my Trello board, right, for this certain channel, right? Because I do have this channel that we're on right now, and then stuff I have for the podcasting. So here's the list here, recorded. So I will go online already on my phone and have a list, right? So let me do that right now. So here's my, I guess, here's YouTube right here. It's under this channel, right? you're gonna come over here to your playlist. So you guys, it is smart on your phone to make a playlist. So if you're at work or wherever, you're at home and you're like, okay, cool, I want to react to this. Okay, cool. So let's go to playlist, and I do watch later, right? So we're gonna hop into this. It's saying playlist. I'm gonna go to view full playlist, and I have my options right here. So I just did this one, this one, this one, this one. So let's actually hop into like a short one with Karen's, and I'm gonna show you what I do with all this extra stuff. So let's go to Karen's, because I'm saying Karen's because how they just kind of have a clip to clip to clip. I'm just gonna try and fast forward where it switches, so I can kind of show you better. So about right here. So I would be like, this girl's not okay. Like so right there. So I press pause on your keyboard. You can press pause, but as it goes over into the next scene, right? What I do, I have it on my Stream Deck here. I don't know if you can see that. I have play pause, go back 10 seconds, and go forward 10 seconds. I will put on the screen how to do that on your keyboard, because I don't know off the top of my head. But as you play these, you're going to come back into the actual clip you were just on, because it would be weird to actually speak on the actual clip that we were just on being on this new clip, right? So what I like to do when it cuts over, I like to go back and then I will speak on it, because it just makes sense. And then, you know, I'd be like, hey, this girl's nuts, XYZ, cool. And then I press play. It's a lot more you got to do post edit, but it just makes sense. And then if you're gonna make shorts with this stuff, bro, it's so much easier. You're gonna be like, whoa, this girl's nuts. And
doing your job.
So here I would press pause, then I'd be like, come back, and then I'd be like, bro, this girl's nuts. That is so crazy. And it also helps because as you have that thought in your head as you are about to actually speak on something, it's gonna help you out just a bit more. So after you're done reacting, so I'm gonna press pause on that. Now I need to press pause on OBS, press the pause, and then as well on the audio, right? And make sure you have written down right here what you actually did. So I'm in folder 4, Zoom 6, right? So this right here, you are done. Of course, if you want to do a lot more, cool. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click out of this. Cool. And we are all done practically. So now all you would do is get what you shot yourself with. That's a little weird. With your phone, and you're going to upload this or download this into the computer. And as well, let me get this. You should have your folder you just did right here, right? So we're gonna have a separate folder for this. Oh, sorry, actually, let me come over here. You guys stay as organized as possible. So let's hop over to this screen. I know this is kind of bad, sorry. So that one we just did is right here, right? So we're just gonna move this over here and make sure you keep that certain link, that because when you upload it to YouTube, you're gonna put this link down below in the description. And it also helps you stay organized on what you actually did, right? You're like, oh, I did that one, you know, I did that one. And then of course you have your certain process, right? As in you kind of go over, right? Certain things, guys, it makes it so much easier, because if you do a lot of these, oof, All right, so now let's hop over to Capcut, and I'm gonna show you exactly what I did. All right, so here we are in Capcut. Here's the main screen. So all you're gonna do is come up here to create project. But first, let's hop over to your desktop. And again, be as organized as possible. As you guys downloaded each piece of content, you're gonna put it into a folder. I have it in this folder right here, React Video Make with Phone Cam. So if you guys look, here's the one off of the actual computer. Here's the one that was seeing me. I won't be adding this one right here because this is the one I just showed you what I was doing with this camera, right? And then here is the audio from the Zoom H6. All right, so we're gonna head over to this. We're gonna go to create project, and here we are here in the timeline. So it is smart to go to the top and always be like, hey, here's what you're going to do. So you're going to go to React Video with Phone, and cool. I'm going to do draft 1 because, you know, in some cases I might have to add some things in there. Cool. Trying to go to the end and press enter, and it should have popped up on the side over here. So now let's bring all these in. So I said this one, and to highlight all these, I'm gonna hold shift, and I'm going to highlight the ones. I don't want the whole folder, so actually here, I'll just do the audio, and where did that folder go? There it is. And I want this one, and again, I'm gonna hold shift and highlight it and come in there. Perfect. So now we don't actually need this folder anymore. So we're just going to pull it off to the side for now. Cool. So we have these options now. So let's add these to the timeline. And then I'm going to show you how you could actually, if you want something bigger or smaller and all that kind of stuff, right? So if you just highlight these and just press plus, they're going to add to the thing, or you can just take them one by one and add them in. So we're going to add that, and we're going to sync all of these. So I'm going to show you. So let's take off the track magnet for now, because what that does, I'll actually show you in a, actually, yeah, I'm going to show you right now. So if you move this up, this track stays, right? But if you turn the track magnet on and you move this up, that one automatically comes to the front. So just keep that in mind. So I'll sometimes have this on, but most of the time I won't. So we're gonna add in this audio track, and it's gonna shoot up on the bottom. So it does help to do like a 1, 2, 3 clap, because if you look right here, I have a spike right here on this one and a spike over here, but I'm just gonna hear all of these, and I'm gonna make sure these are on point, right? So let's hop over to this first one here, and we're gonna come in through here, and I'm gonna zoom in. I want to make sure this is kind of where, you know, I did it. So it's like a 1, 2, 3, and then a clap, I'm pretty sure. So let me deactivate these tracks for right now, so I can just hear this one. 2, 3, and okay, that is correct. Cool. So I like to sometimes split it where it's about the claps, so I can just kind of keep track. I guess I use that as like as my own personal marker. You could add that as well. I don't, but you can. Cool. And so we're gonna deactivate that. So if you want to deactivate that, that is V as in Victor on your keyboard, and we're gonna activate this, and I can see the clap is over here. And cool. So here's a couple things so you can't just scroll this over because you have stuff in the way. So I'll just kind of take this and I'll move it over, and here's why you don't use a track magnet. So let me take that back. So if you pull this over and you have this track magnet on, it's going to shoot over, right? So you don't really want that on. So let me pull that off. So again, why you don't want that on, right? All right, so let me come into where I had this one cut. I believe it's right about there. Cool. And I'm just gonna have to sync this up, and I'm gonna zoom in on this. Okie doke. Cool. And let's say that if you're off a hair, it's fine, because the main track I'm going to use is this one on the bottom. So I like to see it as, because as you speak, it's going from left to right. So I would put it after the sync on what I'm going to use. I hope that makes sense. All right, so let's look at the sync spot on this top one. So what I did to sync this top one is I would speak into it, and then I would turn off the audio on that right earlier. So let's take these off real quick so we can kind of hear. I believe, let's just hear it. All right, I'm gonna sync these in 1, 2, 3, and okay. So it's right about here is where the thing goes. So I'm gonna split that, take that out of here. Okay, cool. And it's right about here. So let me activate all these again. So, for a bit, it does take a while-ish to sync these. And of course, it does help if you can see yourself as you're syncing it, but I'm just doing it off of the audio. So let's see where this, nope, that's a frame off. Oh, that's way too far. So I'm going to do it right there. Let's see. No, yeah, let's keep that over where it was. Cool. So from here, all you would do is start it where your reaction started. As in like, oh, hey, welcome back, XYZ, if you have an intro of some sort. So let me pull this off, and then I'm going to go into the placement of it. So let me find where I actually start the reaction. All right, so here's where it actually starts. I do kind of speak a bit before, but this is kind of what you're going to do. So all of these tracks I'm going to cut, but it does help first to kind of see how loud you are. So I would just kind of come over here and use this right here. So let's actually deactivate these two, and we're gonna see what that is. So all you're gonna do is click that, and mainly for me, I want mine to be like at around like between -12 and -6 is where I like mine. Bro, it's so much easier. So I would play it, right? Okay. I'd probably increase it a bit. So as you guys can see here, it does increase. So let's just do 8 dB, right? It just makes sense. And then if you're gonna make shorts with this stuff, okay, cool. I like it about there, and we're going to see how loud this one is, because you want to be a little bit louder than the actual reaction. And it's cool having separate tracks, because you can make this one smaller, you can make this one louder or smaller like I just did, and guys, it's pretty cool. Bye. Adios. Okay, so that does sound pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna hop over to where it first starts, and I'm just gonna kind of show you how to do all the editing and stuff. All right, so here's where I would have it start, right? So I'm gonna go to split all, or split, right? And then I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna take all of this off, right? Because I don't need it in this case. I was speaking a lot before, but let's come over to the back, and I'm gonna bring it all the way to the front, right? As in, here's how it starts. I must have not deleted that one. Cool. So let's do that again. You can highlight this, you can, you know, take it off, but here's kind of how it's going to look, right? So let me activate this one, right? So here's what it's, I would say it's pretty cool, right? So first and foremost, I only want this track to speak in, right? So I don't want this as the audio track, because if you play it twice, it's going to sound weird. So I would play it, right? Yeesh. Okay, so if you guys can kind of hear that, right? So I'm going to take this. You have a few options. You can take off all the audio and take that out. You can do that. What I just like to do, I just like to come up to the audio, and I like to just bring it all the way down. And that's about it. And you're only going to be hearing this one on the bottom track. Shit. Okay, cool. So now here's where you would have you in front of the actual screen, right? So you just kind of have to see these as you're stacking these, right? So I'm going to bring this on top, and I'm going to put this on the main track. So all this does, I am going to show on top or in front of this track, right? So I'm going to show you this. So here we go. Let's have this a bit cropped so it's a perfect square. So all you're going to do is crop this, right? You can rotate and all that kind of. So I'm going to crop it so it's just me. I'll try and have it on equal sides. But actually, in this case, because I want to have it where I'm looking, I want this space to be open, right? So I'm going to go to confirm, and I'm going to make me small, right? So you have two options on this. You can just leave it like this, right? And then you're going to play it. So I would play it, right? Okay, cool. You have that option, or you can have yourself big and put this small. Watch, and I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to fast forward the video here. So I'm just about done. So if you guys look what I did, all I did was switch these. That's all I did, right? Because so now this is behind, as in this is on the bottom, this is on the top. This is going to show first, right? So if you guys kind of look, you're gonna be like, so I would play it, right? Yeesh. So right here, if you just want you to look like this, it's gonna look like this as you play it, right? Sheesh.
It seems like these days that
right, that's how it's gonna look. Super simple, you know, but you always want this picture to be where you are looking at. So I could probably put it up here maybe, but my screen is over here where I'm looking. So
reports attract some pretty
okay, cool. It's gonna play, right? That actually could work, or I could even put it right here. You know, that's, guys, it's all up to you, right? And actually, I would probably put me. Oh, I would probably extend me over because I didn't have it cropped up a bit, right? So I would probably pull this back out, and if you guys look, it's gonna take up the full, just about the full screen, right? So I'd probably do it like that, and have this kind of off to the side, and practically you are all good to go. But now let me show you what I do when I pause, when this scene switches. It is a bit confusing trying to show you guys with certain Karens, so I'm gonna swap over to a certain short video that's gonna say 1 2 3, and it's gonna go over the pause and stop and how to edit that. All right, so this is gonna make it a little bit easier. So if you guys look right here, I'm gonna try and make it as simple as possible. So you have 1 clip, 2 clip, and then 3 clip. It's for the exact same thing as if you're watching something of this sort, right? Clip to clip to clip, right? So as I'm speaking, I'm going to watch this first clip, and then right after it switches to 2, I'm actually going to press pause, and then I'm going to come back to this first clip, and I'm going to speak on the number 1 or the clip that was playing, right? And then, like, let's say we're right here, and then after I'm done speaking, I'm going to press play, and I'm going to be quiet until it hits the second clip, right? So it's gonna go, and then it's gonna have the clip, and then it's gonna come over to the third clip. And if I have something to say on clip number 2, I'm going to, of course, press pause on your video that you're actually looking at, right? On something of that sort. As it comes over, I'm going to press pause. I'm going to come back to here. I will speak on it. And then I'm like, okay, this is what happened on number 2. This is my experience with it, yada, yada, yada. Cool. And then again, I won't talk between this space right here until it hits the third clip. So I'd be like, okay, here's what happened on 2. And then I'd be like, I'm done speaking. Okay, cool. And then it would play this, and then it would keep doing that. And then here's how you would edit that out. It's actually pretty simple. If you guys look at these pauses right here, I'm going to go over it real quick, and then we're just going to edit it. I'll show you live right now, right? So I'm like, okay, here we go. We're about to watch a clip about 1, 2, 3, right? And then I'm going to press play. So as they're speaking right here, fine. And I'm like, so right here, if you guys look, it's paused, right? And I'm not speaking until I go to clip 1. So I'm going to take this right as it stops, right? And I'm going to come to here, and right as, if you guys look up on the top, you're going to come over here to 1. And then as I start speaking, cool, I'm going to take that, clip that, delete that, and I'm going to bring it so it flows, right? So it's going to play 1, and then it's going to go to clip 2. Watch. It's playing the clip, and I'm like, wow, that was intense. Wow, that was crazy. Right? And then it's right, and then I'll be like, okay. So from there, as I stop speaking, I want it to jump into the number 2, right? So so right here, number 2, it would play. I would put some kind of fade in between. So I'm going to take that to there, bring this over, and here's where number 2 is talking, right? Cool. So right as I press pause, before I press pause, right about here, I would cut that. Let's see where I go back to number 2, and then I would speak on that. Take this out, cool, and do that, and into number 2, I would right? Talk on and it, and then you would speak on that and be like, okay, and then right there, so I would, be like, okay, stop speaking, come in there. I'm gonna do that right there, and then I'm going to go in and cut that, and I'm gonna go over to where the clip 3 starts. Of course, in these certain clips, they will speak, so it's going to be easier because you're going to see all of the audio, right, play, so it's going to be a lot easier. And then you're just going to take that because it's kind of blend in, right? So you're going to speak on 2, and then it should just blend into 3. You would speak on that and be like, okay, boom, and then you're going to do the exact same thing. I hope that makes sense. You're just going to do that for all of that. All right, so now you are all said and done. You know how to cut and all that kind of stuff, you guys. All you need are these 3 tracks if you want to do it this way. Again, you do need this track, what is, I guess, your cam that is going to show your reaction. You do need what you are reacting to along with the audio that is coming out, right? So you can either do it this way from the computer you're gonna react to, or also from your screen recorded phone. And also you need the audio from you. And again, you don't need this like a fancy mic or whatever. It's actually not that fancy, but having a separate audio file from that, because you could also just use the audio from your phone. It actually does sound pretty good, but that is all up to you. You're done practically. So all you would do is add in your intro if you have one, an outro, and add in subscribes and all that kind of stuff. Speaking of subscribes, that would be awesome if you could like, subscribe, and share this out so it could help out a lot more people. All you would do to export this, you're gonna come up to the top here after you're all said and done. Cool. You're gonna make sure the name is good, and you're gonna export it to your certain folder. I just like to do it to my download folder, but if you want to put it on your desktop or whatever, cool, it's all up to you. So I just go to downloads. Awesome. And for here, you don't have to put it in 4K. I just put it in 1080p. Go to bitrate. I would do recommended, but because it does upload faster to YouTube, so we're going to do recommended here, and this is all the same stuff. I would do H.264, 30 frames per second, and then you would press export, and you are done. Make sure to watch these videos on the screen. They are going to help you a little bit more on your reaction journey. Have a great rest of your day.